Hi everyone, so I have a really important message from the angels for the human collective. I've been a psychic channel for over 10 years. This is my heart's joy, and I want you to listen closely to this message. So, the light is continuously seeking to penetrate the consciousness of man, particularly at these times where we are lost to the trials of the collective. When I heard the word trials, what I saw was the transhumanistic agenda. This is a collective agenda by darker groups who want to essentially create an inorganic human biofield, an inorganic and unhealthy energetic and unhealthy spiritual consciousness, which we are seeing with increases of technology that are affecting our auric field, like satellites in the sky, like the obsession with social media, and like AI. There is a wave of electrons, an unnatural cloud of electrons and light diffusing the intended purpose of the humanic experience. The technology of advanced computing and radioactive frequency are being emitted. This interference in human circumstances, it is important to have awareness. The light is passing through several thousands times faster than ever. This is the time of the quickening. There is therefore a warfare on the consciousness. The field can be damaged by this noise. So what Spirit is talking about here is really interesting. If anyone has heard of the jab, the boost thing that I'm not going to say on here, what we have known and been shown about that is that there are artificial technologies within that, unfortunately. And what I felt that was being received here is the reality of that, and the way that there are pulses being pushed through our collective field that are affecting people with this in their bodies. It affects the consciousness. It is programmable, and it is creating an artificial cloud of electrons. And if you know anything about electron and cell function and stuff like that, that's very unusual and not good. The guidance here is to be aware of this, and then they continue and say to harmonize with the earth. Tools such as copper rods in garden beds, the eating of healthy grown foods, the purity of the body and of the stomach, aka the digestive tract, because these are foundational. Your digestive tract is very foundational to your overall health. What they're saying here is that we want to be in our most natural, strongest wellness. This will allow us to, like your normal aura, to be strengthened despite these electronic things here. We need to be in a state of wellness. This says letting the noise pass rather than engaging with it. And there was a message of like social media use, and the way that actually, what they're really talking about is the mental overload, and the way that everybody's living through their minds, like almost like a virtual reality, and the way that this makes us energetically incoherent and unhealthy as well. They were saying, do what makes you well. Think about wellness and love. Love changes the DNA, healing the combs of honey that live beyond the physical wall of each cell. And so does joy, to be intimately connected with life, allowing it to perfuse through you. I am a live vibration, laughter, warmth, spiritual saturation, even in books and literature to raise your frequency. Nature, sounds of coherent noise. So this is really important. I don't normally get this sort of very, very detailed about scientific and electromagnetic science from guides, although I have one guide that goes on about that a bit. But I found it very profound that the angels wanted to speak about this, and I'm just looking at my notes here. I think it's really important that we understand this. They were saying the combs of honey that exist beyond the wall, the physical wall of each cell. So when you study alchemy, spiritual alchemy and embodiment, and what I've been shown and lived through my experience and what I teach, is that within the cells, within us, there is a golden, like honey-like substance that we could consider the soul essence. There's a bit more complexes to this that I won't go into, but essentially, as you heal, you get access, or this reactivates within your being, and it starts from the heart and it gets pushed eventually into the rest of your body. And your cells, what they're saying here is that your cells open up and they start releasing this honey-like substance. This honey-like substance, I have seen it. This is what happened to me, and I was like, what is happening to my body? And I talked to my guides about it. I saw it in clairvoyant vision as I was working on myself, and that is how I became the most healed version of me that I am today. And what they're saying is, this is able to happen when we stay in wellness, when we stay in coherent energy. So incoherent energy, what's meant by that is something like a radio frequency, a digital, an artificial sound or frequency. We're exposed to that all the time, right? All these different electromagnetic fields, the Wi-Fi, this phone, all the things. The human field is coherent energy. So natural, bio-organic. There's nothing unnatural coming off of me, you know? It's not digital. Except if you follow a transhumanistic agenda where we're putting chips in the brain, and it's unfortunately started with the trickery of the V, and this unhealthy, unnatural, synthetic thing going into the body, going into the DNA. But that is why Spirit is saying and offering reassurance that it is time to make yourself well, energetically and physically, so that you can, as they said, allow this noise to pass through you rather than control you. We do not want to be controlled in this era. They talked about the quickening. We are in the age of ascension. We are in the age of the quickening. And I think they put that in there because they're saying that's why this is happening. This is happening because we are in a time period where we are caused to rise, and so naturally, and so these sort of darker groups are not really wanting that. So they're going to put out all this stuff now. They're like racing against the clock to make you weaker and less powerful than you are naturally, organically becoming under this light of the ascension sun that we all are now. So let yourself be reassured by this. Let yourself be reassured that the light is here and that there is guidance available, and follow this guidance. Okay, my name is Joy Sahasrara. Previous name was Beck, but it has been changed to Joy Sahasrara. I have a YouTube channel with longer format content. I also work with women to do feminine embodiment, to get that honey going in your body, in your temple. I run group circles and Temple Gold Coast, a lot of amazing things. I am a speaker, I am a channel, and I love this, and this is what I was born for, and this is why I'm sharing this with you now.